community planning and organizing. Fitness and self-defense. We start our young brothers off. We actually start with an opening discussion, gauge them what's been going on for the week, what are they into, what's going on in their minds, get some feedback from them, and then we get them physically active. But this is also a part of protection in terms of going out into the outside world once they're leaving their home. So being able to stretch, being able to just breathe in and get centered is very important. Self-defense, critical. There's a few of us in the program that are into martial arts, boxing, wrestling, jiu-jitsu, what have you, so we make sure these young brothers can defend themselves, both mentally, physically, intellectually. If they can't fight, forget about what you're teaching them. You know, if they can't fight, if they can't defend themselves, you know, somebody will just smack them and, you know, have their way with them physically or intimidate them. The next thing you know, they no longer believe what it is that you were trying to teach them. So self-defense is very important. We teach them definitely don't be the aggressor. We teach them to try to avoid conflict, try to get out of the way. But if you have to, do what you got to do. Eliminate the threat completely. All right, teaching them their proper role within the community. So we teach them that, you know, getting them to understand their place in the world means they have to understand their place in the community. And so in the community, you know, you have different organizational units. We got schools, we got rites of passage programs, political organizations, civic organizations, businesses, all of that makes up the community. But we make sure that they understand that the center of it all is family. Okay? The center of the family. We got a lot of issues, we got a lot of problems in our community. They all need tending to, but the long-term goal and the short-term is really getting in touch with family. Making sure that we protect family, that we rebuild family, and that they understand that their role within family is key. Man, woman, and child, they're at the center of family. So the black man, young boys growing into soon to be husbands and fathers, hopefully in that order, are at the center of family as children, and then eventually they're in the center, you know, that family makes up community. And then of course, if you have several strong families, then you have a strong community. Like Minister Farrakhan said, without strong black families, you don't have a strong black community. And that's real. So we try to make sure that, you know, we make sure they understand their role in rebuilding the black family. They're taught that there's unity, and that's where their true strength is, in unity. This is some of our, actually this is one of our pictures. We do an urban self-defense course. We're about to get in that in a second. We do an urban self-defense course with them. This is us starting out, taking them out. We take them out at night and teach them how to navigate themselves, how to navigate their environment at night safely. Cornerstones of the STEP program, knowledge yourself, that deals with the history, the historical perspective in this world, an understanding of the present situation, this current system, how to deal with it, how to defeat it, how to survive it and succeed it, and then planning for the future. How to take all of that information and apply it forward, apply it going forward. Urban self-defense. I said we was going to get a little bit more into this. This is a big part of what we're teaching our young men, how to survive this urban reality. Now keep in mind all of our children are in a quote-unquote urban reality. They're either in a suburban, they're either in an urban or a suburban environment. But the rules are basically the same. And in fact, statistically speaking, I think it's like a third of our people now living in quote-unquote suburbs, with most of our people still living in inner cities. But we do get a lot of, we get children from Avenel, most of them are from Newark, but we get children from Avenel, from West Orange, Woodbridge. Parents are just trying to connect them back with the culture, trying to keep them sharp, trying to put them around some positive men. So our course, Urban Self-Defense, deals with, you know, that whole environment, both urban and suburban. It's an evolving science that involves various tools needed to survive and prosper, particularly here in the urban reality, but also in the suburban reality. These are just some of the dangers that they got to deal with. First and foremost, obviously, police here. We already know who they are. Well, it's hard to tell the difference, but we got police here. We got, you know, they got to go out there and deal with dogs, stray dogs. This is a big one here. fried chicken, pizza. I mean, health is huge. You know, you're teaching our children how to defend themselves, how to survive the environment, but the minute they, go across a chicken shack, they in there. Eating poison, messing up their minds, messing up their, establishing a chemical imbalance within their bodies, messing up their whole energy and spirit. So that health is very important. How to avoid that? Why should they avoid that? Cars, traffic is huge. You'd be surprised how many people, I know you see it, people just don't know how to cross the street. Children don't know how to cross the street. They're on their phones, they're just, got the music on. There's so many dangers going on, and they're totally oblivious to it. So we make sure that our children understand how to navigate simple stuff like crossing the street, standing at bus stops, bus shelters, on the bus, the whole nine. Every 28 hours, someone employed or protected by the U.S. government kills a black man, woman, or child. This is referred to as an extrajudicial killing. And in most cases, it's legally allowed. But unfortunately, the more common danger for our young brothers are people that look like themselves. The police is real. And we even had Brother Ali is not here. We had Brother Ali from law enforcement, from African Echoes come in and work with our brothers. I think we did 2 brother-to-brother workshops on how to deal with the police. But outside of that, we also teach them how to deal with their own brothers, how to deal with their own community, how to avoid problems, conflict. That's very real. We don't just get into conflict resolution, but we deal with conflict avoidance. Starting off, starts really, when they come out, before they get out the house, it really starts with prayer and meditation. Just getting quiet, just getting into themselves, getting mentally focused and prepared before they get out. Sometimes, right before we get out the house, we just try to take a deep breath, let everything out, try to release, because we know we're about to deal with a whole bunch of devils outside, right? So we just try to get them in the right mind frame, right mental frame. Sometimes it doesn't actually look like this, but just to get, peaceful mentally and clear their mind before they go out here into this urban reality. Then like I said, that's when we start getting them into stretching, loosening up the physical cells before we enter the outer world. Hydration, water is important, gives them energy, gives them clarity and focus. Fortunately, we got children in our program that haven't drank water all week. All week, they come in with headaches, they come in irritated, they come in, low energy, dozing off, all because they're dehydrated and don't even realize it. So, nutrition. To be the best out there, we have to be the best in here. If you are what you eat, that nutrition is critical. And then a lot of them are athletes. So a lot of them have adopted, vegan diets, plant-based diets, or primarily plant-based diets, vegetarians, and have excelled in their respective sports. So we get them to understand the importance of nutrition. Now, if you think our children will not eat an organic, plant-based diet, you're wrong. In our program, that's all they eat. We only feed them organic, we only feed them vegan. No meat, no dairy. And many of them are going home and said, Mom, I want to be a vegan. Mom, Dad, I want to be a vegetarian. I'm done with meat, done with chicken, done with fish. So, and then of course parents call us and what do we do? How do we handle that? What do I get them? Blah, this and that. And then that starts the ball rolling because next thing you know, the whole family is getting healthy. All right? We're very health conscious as men. We lead by example. Some of you know Brother Keanu, he'll be here later. Bob was in his 60s and he's all cut up and medication free. Me, myself, 10 years ago, I got diagnosed with high blood pressure. This is when I was a vegan, but I was an unhealthy vegan. But I learned how to deal with it naturally, so I got rid of it naturally through fruits, vegetables, proper diet, exercise, so never was on blood pressure medication. So these brothers, and then we go through a whole thing with the whole herbal science, just herbology and just dealing with, practicing natural medicine. And they go home with a lot of these remedies. They go home with actually helping their families deal with preventable diseases. That's the brother program I was telling you about. So in the streets, gotta watch out. Just to give you some specific examples of urban self-defense. Blind spots. One of the things we teach them is that when you're walking down the street, stay away from dumpsters, stay away from alleyways, stay away from bushes, stay away from anywhere where you're walking down that street and you can't see what's on the other side. You know, that means you gotta walk in the street and off the sidewalk because you're walking past somewhere with a lot of bushes, then that's what you gotta do. But you don't walk down the street and you can't see what's gonna come right outside. You don't know, how many times I see children just running down the sidewalk, just totally ignoring the fact that cars can come out of the driveway, cars can come and turn in the driveway. They just have no idea. So we teach them how to avoid blind spots. Circle of safety. Stand at a bus stop, there's only a few people there. We teach them to always be aware of their circle of safety. Anybody within 7 feet of you gets special attention. Now, if it's crowded, it's a lot of people, then you might want to shrink that to 5 feet. But no one should be right here, standing right here, while you're on the phone, or while you're messing around with your music. Anybody within 7 feet, your antenna should go up. This is what we're teaching them. Whether you're at the bus stop, whether you're anywhere. That circle of safety. And if they make a sudden move, then you got to make your move. But we're living in a time, remember in the 80s, they released a lot of mentally ill folks out of the institutions because they wanted to save money. Instead of giving these people help, they just released them out on the street. Okay? And a lot of folks are still out on the street. You hear stories all the time about people just going on attacks out of nowhere. So our children need to be aware of that. You know, there's some folks you can look at and know right away you got to keep your eye on them. Other people just a little bit more low key, still got to keep your eye on them, but you have to be aware. Public transportation. Who can tell me the worst seat on the bus to sit?
The back.
The back? Everybody says the back, but it's not actually the back. Anyone else? Front? Not actually the front. Yes, sir. We're at the middle.
Away from the emergency exit.
Away from the emergency exit, you said?
Right by the door.
Right by the push door. Back door.
The back door.
That seat right there is the worst seat to be on the bus. You're sitting there, anybody can come from the back or the front and do whatever they want from behind you and go right out the back door and wouldn't even know. Some people you can just sit there. You can be sitting here, back door's here. Somebody can just come and just slice your neck, excuse me, brother.
Sorry.
Cut your neck, stab you real quick on the way out. It happens. We don't hear about it, but it happens.
I seen a sister get her cell phone snatched. And the brother ran, she was sitting right there, that's it.
Right.
And he snatched it.
Exactly. Stuff can get snatched, you can get hit. I mean, it's the worst seat on the bus. It's the worst seat on the bus. You shouldn't have to sit there. And so we teach our young people to, it's better to stand. You know, and if you got an elderly family member or a sister wants to sit, let them sit there, but then you got to be watchful and got to be right there over them. But generally speaking, no one should really sit there. Okay? Best seat on the bus to sit.
On the opposite side of that.
Not really.
All exits.
Keep in mind, anytime you're doing anything where you can't see behind you is not really the greatest position. So I just gave you a big clue. So where are we now?
Back seat.
The back is not great because if something happens here, you have nowhere to go. You kind of cornered. That's another reason why you really shouldn't be sitting in bus shelters, even if it's raining. You know, if you look on YouTube, there are a bunch of videos of cars spinning out of control right into that bus shelter. And here you see a car coming, there's nothing you can do because you're cornered, right? So you definitely don't want to be on the bus. The best seat, anybody?
The front right behind
The
the driver.
front. The front right behind the driver or really right next to the driver? Right there. Driver can see you, but more importantly, you have your back to the wall where you can see everything. Okay? So even if you're if you're standing on the corner, you really want to be on the corner. I mean the corner of the building, like on the corner where you can see down that street and you can see down this street. You don't want to be on one side where you see everything on Broad, but you can't see anything on William. You know what I mean? So you definitely want to be able to, you always want to be in a position where you can always watch your back.
I have a question.
Yes, sir.
What about the exit? Normally when I get on the bus, I always stand. I never sit down because I understand that there is sisters and elderly that's much to the bus. But when I stand in the steps. I can see everything that's coming at
Yes, sir.
me, everything that's, like you said, coming in the back door.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Well, I think it's better to stand. Remember, I said the best place to sit, but that's really the best thing. The best thing to do is really stand. Stand, be there at that exit. You can help people get out if all of a sudden there's an emergency.
Step off if people need to get off.
Right, yeah. So, I mean, now you're thinking revolutionary. Imagine if you're there somewhere else and then something happens and now you got to fight your way to the door just so you can help everyone else. Keep in mind that probably everyone else may go for self. You're the one person that might help everybody. You still need to be at that door so that you can pull women and children out or whoever. So yep, you're absolutely right. Yes, sir. But if you got to sit, if there's an elder or someone needs to sit, they got children, You really want to be here, or you really just want to stand? Okay. So yeah, bus stops. We talked about the bus stops. Yeah, and then the buses come in. And for some reason, people want, as that bus is coming in, people want to stand right there on the curb. That mirror sticking out, the whole nine. Very dangerous. If the bus loses control, you got a real problem. Because now it jumps the sidewalk and you could be killed. Or worse, you even get hit by that mirror. So the bus coming in, forget about trying to get a seat, really should be standing back. Let that bus come in, let everybody else crowd the seats. Gunshots, we already know that's a huge, huge problem. What do you do if you hear gunshots? A lot of people don't automatically just run. It really depends. The only time you really should run when it's like a drive-by or shooting type thing going on is if you feel they're coming after you. That might be the only. Other than that, you really should hit the ground. Everyone should hit the ground. So sometimes we're walking down the street, folks think we're a little crazy with our children, but we go down the street and we have a thing where, if we all of a sudden do like this, that's gunshots. They know what that means. Everybody got to hit the floor. Everybody's got to hit the floor because you never know where they're going to be by themselves with their family or what have you, where there are gunshots. And we don't do it a lot, but we make sure we do it enough where they constantly know what to do if there are gunshots. This is the reality they're living in, so we got to prepare them. Okay, additionally, clothing, wearing the correct clothing at night. I know people think that you should wear bright yellow, bright white clothing at night. Definitely not. And the thought process is that, you want folks to see you. You really don't want folks to see you. You really don't. Not if you're black in America. If you're black in America, you don't want to be in a position where people can see you coming a mile away, because black people, particularly black men, have too many enemies. You want to be able to see everybody else, but you don't necessarily want them to see you. So when you're moving down the street, you're moving quickly. You're moving fast. You're not doing this cool thing that a lot of our young brothers doing when you're just showing that you just tough and you just real confident about where you are. You're moving very quickly. You're moving like you got a purpose. You're moving like, and people don't even see you. Cats on the corner, so by the time you come up on them, they're like, oh, where'd he come from? What happened? Because you're moving that fast. And it was good because actually we were down here, what were we down here for? Oh, last week we were here for Rakim. We had our boys. When we left, we took them to the black-owned spot. What is that? Not around, around the corner. The brother with the Caribbean stuff. Golden Crust. We took them to Golden Crust. And then from Golden Crust, we always pick up and drop off at the Newark YMCA. So going back to the Y, we go through Military Park. We always move very fast. We always move like with a purpose. And sure enough, there was some young people in there, and we were moving fast. And they were like, oh man, y'all moving with a purpose. Whoa, where y'all going? And the brother said, Brother John said, we're on a mission. So I hear that. So it got a chance for our brothers to hear other young people react to how we move, because when they saw us move, that was the first thing they said is, y'all moving with a purpose. Like, y'all look serious. We were serious. When you're walking like that, people don't bother you. When you're walking with a purpose, you're walking with a mission. If somebody's looking to do something, they're not looking to do anything to you. They're looking to do something to somebody that's got music on, that's got headphones, that's on the phone, that's distracted. But when you're alert and you're paying attention and you're on a mission, people do not bother you. And that's very important. So that's the whole point of that. Cell phones, headsets, we talked about that. Friends, if you're out there talking, everybody's waiting for the bus, it really should be a pyramid format with you and your friends. Make sure they're on point. Somebody's got my back, I got your back, and he's got his back, so that we know all sides. As soon as something jumps off, don't assume that this joker running up on me knows me and is playing his trick on me. Get with him immediately. Abduction. That circle of safety will stop that. Obviously, don't talk to strangers. That's just a quick thing. Just keep moving. Attacks. Be ready to defend yourself. Hospitals, schooling. Already talked about schooling. Friends. Know where the hospitals are. Know where the closest hospitals are in case something go down and you got to get there. The history of policing in the U.S. Take them through a quick history on that. Starting with that slave patrol, when our ancestors were enslaved. That's where the police come from. Dealing with police. Again, we had Brother Ali come through twice, who's in law enforcement, and addressed it on our Brother to Brother workshop. He actually took them through some role playing on what to say, what not to say, what to do and what not to do. If a police officer approaches and begins to question you, You know, you can't ask, am I free to go? You don't have to answer those questions. I think, if I'm not mistaken, Brother Ali said the two questions, you brothers, y'all brothers and sisters, let me know, but the two questions were, the only ones you gotta give a name and phone number, is what Brother Ali said. Other than that, they have no right to ask you any more questions. Right. Exactly. They start searching you, make sure you let them know you do not consent to this search. Let them know nice, loud, and clear. You do not have to answer any other questions. Let them know that you're going to remain silent, that you want an attorney, especially if you're being detained. Again, they do not have the right to search your car. You gotta have a search warrant. And they will ask, and sometimes they ask real informally, like, all right, what's all right if I come in and just take a look? No, it's not all right. Not all right. Can't trust them. You easily plan something, and have plenty of times. They come to your house, somebody got a warrant, slip it under the door so you can review. Once again, when you're inside, you're under 16, you're a minor, if you're in their custody, police station, or what have you, being interrogated, let them know you're going to remain silent, you want a lawyer. Sorry? Yes, sir. Fifth Amendment purposes, without question. You do have a right to use that public space. Unless it's part of a crime scene, which normally isn't. Let them know you have the right to use that public space. Video recording, you have a right to do that. First Amendment, yes sir, thank you brother. The prison industrial complex, we break that whole thing down as to why it exists, how it benefits them, how it does not benefit us at all. Cheap labor first and foremost, just like slavery. It is slavery. Modern day slavery. Yes sir, 13, anyone see that documentary? 13? Okay, powerful. Give you more information on that, 13th Amendment. Black on black violence, a reality for our children, a reality for our people. Part of the chemical warfare, not just drugs, alcohol, diet, all a part of chemical warfare that our young people have to deal with. COINTELPRO still exists. Still exists. Still got folks out there infiltrating organizations, manipulating. Now, we have a thing that we talked about with the 555 plan. How do we deal with this? How do we deal with it long term? How do we come together, particularly black men? And I'm talking about nationwide, and create a situation where we get control of our young brothers and raise them up to be responsible men. I'm talking about all across the nation, instead of just an organization here, an organization here, and we call it the 555 plan. Now, what it means is that you take 5 cities, Baltimore, Newark, New York, D.C. Right now we're talking about Newark, Irvington, East Orange, Patterson, and Jersey City. We're missing a bunch of them in Jersey. I think Patterson's only 1 T. In each one of these cities, you take 5 locations. So in Newark, you get 5 buildings, 5 locations, whether you buy a building, whether you get the space donated to you, churches, community centers, what have you. But 5 of them in Newark, 5 of them in East Orange, 5 of them in Irvington, and so forth. In each of those locations, you get 5 black men. 5 black men who are willing to lead by example and teach by example. 5 concerned black men. 5 locations, 5 cities, 5 brothers, 5 cities. 5 locations, 5 cities, 5 brothers. And then in each of those locations, you're now targeting young black men from the surrounding communities. You're bringing them in, you're teaching them life skills, you're teaching them about the history and culture, you're teaching them about economics, you're teaching them about proper diet, about self-defense, you're teaching them about how to respect women, how to respect elders, you're teaching them mate selection, and how to choose the proper mate so we can eventually get married and have strong black families. All right? Ages 5 through 17. And you provide them African-centered rites of passage and manhood development, education, information. And at the end, for a minimum of 5 years, you have 25 locations. Nurture and develop 50 young men in each location per year. The total for all locations would approximately be 6,250. We're talking about 6,250 young black brothers who are becoming men, who are going to become not just doctors, lawyers, engineers, entrepreneurs, very important, but husbands, fathers, in that order, and creating, starting, growing strong black families. You have successfully turned this thing around from a communal perspective. It's really all about families. It's about a lot of things, but I mean, we can't begin to really deal with this thing from the long term until we conquer this thing and deal with family. So whenever we're ready to do that, family, let us know, because we're starting over here. This is 5 of our brothers who have graduated. All 5 of these brothers came to the program. This right here, Takuma, he's the one that's actually volunteering with us now. Isaiah is down in North Carolina. He's a teacher, a wrestling coach. He was actually number 13, ranked nationally in wrestling, number 13th in the nation. James is down in D.C., graduated out of Howard University. 6,250 young men groomed into future leaders, husbands, fathers, and eventually grandfathers. That's a very old picture. I think that's our very first year. That's a very young brother Kenyatta way back there. But if you walk through the door today, you wouldn't be able to notice the difference. So, I'm glad my brother just took that picture last week. All right, real quick, just to let you know, we got a Harry Tubman fundraiser. Y'all know we purchased the building, was it last year? I think late last year. Yeah, last year. We just got it approved by City Council. It was an old storefront church. Thank you very much. Purchased the building. It's an old storefront church. We got site approval earlier this year to turn it from a church into a community center. That's the good news. The greater news is that we need about $100,000. Now, maybe I'm sorry, we're at 140. We need $140,000 just trying out the sprinkler system alone. It's going to be $40,000. But anyway, so we're raising money. We're doing a lot of different things. So this is one thing that we're doing. We've done a few fundraisers. Some of y'all have been to the skating ring fundraiser that we've had over in Branchbrook Park at the Multiplex Newark Movie Theater, Saturday, November 2nd, 10 a.m. We're going to be showing the Harriet Tubman movie. $15 tickets. Matter of fact, I should have put up here. If you want to buy tickets, you can Cash App us at Step BF, which is Building Fund 2000, or $Step Inc. INC. You can Cash App us. We'll respond to you and put your name on the list. You can buy. So basically, you buy your tickets online. But that's what we're doing for a fundraiser. And then another thing that we're doing, we also have a company, a real estate investment company attached to our Rites of Passage program called Step Buys Houses. I myself have been involved in real estate now for about 15, 20 years, somewhere in that frame there. But we started a separate company, and basically the money that the company earns in real estate goes to the Step organization, okay? So if you know of a house that's vacant, that's for sale, and you might know of a house that you might have been in your family, you'd be surprised how many houses you think were lost to foreclosure already, still in people's name. You thought had a mortgage on it, and it's actually free and clear. All right? Sounds crazy, but we deal with abandoned properties. That's our specialty, and so I do a lot of research on a lot of properties, and I've seen a lot of crazy stuff. So I say all of that to say that if you know of a vacant house, you know of a house that you may have had in your name, you think it's out of your name. We reach out to a lot of people who they thought lost the property 10 years ago, surprised to find that the house is still in their name, and end up walking away with tens of thousands of dollars after we buy the property, pay off the taxes, the whole nine. So bottom line is, you know a house that's vacant, you know a house that's for sale or might have been in your name or your family's name, please reach out to us. I have business cards. I can give you a postcard, shoot me an email, give me a call. You can talk to me here. But that house will end up going towards helping us renovate this building that we have. We're trying to open it up by next spring. All right, so just letting you know, Step Buys Houses, our number here is 862-234-0474, and you can also go to stepbuyshouses.org. All right, thank you very much for your time, people. I appreciate it.
Yes, give it up again for brother. Yes, the work that we're doing needs our help. Financially, physically, whatever we can do. Because it's for our future, my grandchildren, your grandchildren, and so forth. So don't forget to always do your kind of step. Any kind of help, physically if you can, go and spend the time a day with them, to help with the boys, whatever field you're in. That's important. Now, we're going to take a 10 minutes break for one reason, because of the weather. There are a few people calling to find out if things are still going on. So we're going to take about 10 minutes and see a few more people coming that we can continue the program. In the meantime, as I said, I write poetry. What I'm going to do for you right now, I'll talk about some of my poetry music. I'm going to play a track, a very serious track, at our feet. And
Serious track.
the word, yeah, serious track. The word should be at our feet, but because of our brothers and sisters, and when I play the track, you can understand. Okay?
Number 1 on iTunes, right?
Well, yeah.
All right.
So I'm going to play this track. The word should be at our feet.
Well, while the music's playing, the sun's picking up the storm. So you guys want to grab something to eat. And also we have a couple of drinking tables set up as well while Mr. Miller has his music.